Hello to everyone and a very happy Friday. I hope that all of you had a wonderful Pascha or Easter, whichever one you choose to call it. I am trying something new today, just before anybody wonders. I am using the DJI Osmo 7P gimbal for the first time. You may see something in the background. I was having some technical problems with, I was trying to get an external microphone that I got to work. It's supposed to pair via Bluetooth, and it isn't seeing, my phone isn't seeing it in its native video app, so I'm just using the built-in microphone. But I'm using the gimbal, and the feature that I told you all about, AI tracking, is turned on. It is turned on, so I basically just need to lean forward and the gimbal is taking care of trying to keep me in the frame. So if anybody has any feedback about this setup, please let me know, because this is new to me, and I'm just letting the AI subject tracking do its thing. So anyway, I've got a couple of things to talk about today, and this is the Blind Coaster Fanatic channel, so today we're going to talk about rides. A couple of news stories that came to my attention yesterday. First of all, the passing of Barbara Brown, who was the matriarch of what eventually became the Tally Amusements, the carnival company. This is definitely a sad loss. I grew up going to Tally Amusements carnivals, and you know, they have really built themselves up over the years, and so we, you know, those of us that grew up going to carnivals run by Tally Amusements, she will be missed. I did not get the chance to meet her, obviously, but I just wanted to acknowledge that because I grew up going to Tally carnivals. Secondly, this is a bit more sad. For those that went to Six Flags Hurricane Harbor in Arlington, Texas growing up, or it was initially called Wet n Wild, there was a water slide that was a rite of passage for so many kids. It was called the Black Hole. And it was basically the top of the slide was like a flying saucer. And there were two, it was themed like a flying saucer. There were two water slides, one on each side of the saucer that kind of branched off of it. And the idea was that it was a pitch black water slide, tunnel slide, with special effects. There were like little laser lights and stuff that would go off in there, and you know, stuff like that. I personally found, in my opinion, there were more thrilling water slides in the park. And the Black Hole felt very controlled. You were on a conveyor belt the whole time. It didn't really have the feel of a water slide. The whole thing felt very controlled. There were a couple of sudden drops, but overall it really, and it kind of petered out at the end. It just kind of, you just kind of, went out into about an inch or two, about maybe a foot of water, and that was it. I mean, you didn't even get that wet on it. But when I was growing up, though, the Black Hole was an institution, and I did ride the Black Hole twice over the span of several years. The last time I went to Hurricane Harbor was 2001, and I rode the Black Hole then. But I didn't find it to be all of that thrilling of a ride. But I know that many people will miss it. And finally, I want to talk about the main subject of this video. Something very special is happening tomorrow. And I wanted to go home for it, but alas, I can't. I was not able to go home for it. But So I am a member of the American Coaster Enthusiasts, which is a club for
Motion detected front door.
roller coaster enthusiasts like myself. Hang on, let me see if I can get this to move. Okay, okay. Yeah, okay, because see, what y'all may not hear and what's going on is that every time I'm moving around, the gimbal is tracking me. Yeah, the gimbal is tracking my movements. So what I was trying to do was turn the phone a little bit more toward me, but this thing is this thing can be very resistant to this. Hold on, I'm gonna let me see if I can override it. No, I can't. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then I'm gonna turn it so we're about yeah, that way. Okay, now you'll notice that the frame, I am centered now. Okay, perfect. Well, or near the top edge of the frame. Sorry about that, everybody. I noticed that it was a little crooked, so I moved it. And for anybody that was wondering, I was using a joystick to move the gimbal. And what's really cool about this gimbal is that, you know, you can use it in conjunction with the camera app, and it will guide what VoiceOver says. So, you know, it's a very, very cool thing. It's a very cool thing. But anyway, so something very special is happening tomorrow. The American Coaster Enthusiasts are naming Shockwave at Six Flags Over Texas, my former home park, a coaster landmark. This honor is given to roller coasters that have historical significance, and this is a big deal to me because Shockwave is my favorite roller coaster. There are newer roller coasters in that park, and I've ridden many other coasters, but there's just something about Shockwave was the very first modern roller coaster to contain back-to-back vertical loops, and it opened in 1978, and it is still kicking. It is still as good as it was then, probably. I mean, I wasn't born in 78, but it is such a fun gem of a ride. You know, there are very few roller coasters very few modern roller coasters that have lap bars in the loops. You know, this one is one of the few. Although, I mean, I'm happy to see that lap bars are slowly beginning to make a comeback on looping coasters. But to me, there's just something about the jankiness of it, and the old feeling Schwarzkopf trains with the very open sides. You know, Schwarzkopf is my favorite roller coaster manufacturer, and so this is a big deal. You know, to see a significant Schwarzkopf get honored, it means a lot to people that grew up riding it, and I am very, very proud that Ace is finally seeing this coaster for the fantastic ride that it is. I wish I could be there for the ceremony tomorrow, but I can't. Like I said, I was really hoping to. I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be in town for it. Let me adjust this again. Whoops. Okay, all right. It looks like it's gonna stay near the top edge. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can jiggle it a little bit. Come on. Come on. Okay. Whoops. Come on. Yeah, because the thing about it is, when you're doing subject tracking, you don't have as much control over the gimbal's actions. That's the one disadvantage of it. But anyway, I mean, the point is that it appears to be working. I don't have to hold the phone in two hands and whatever. But anyway, so as far as Shockwave goes, this makes me very, very happy. I grew up riding Shockwave. It is, like I said, it is my favorite roller coaster for a whole lot of reasons. Just the airtime, the weightlessness on the drops, the incredible intensity of the loops. There's just something about the rickety old thing and the way it moves, and I'm so thankful that Six Flags over Texas is preserving this. They're still running the original Schwarzkopf trains, and I really hope that stays the same, because the Schwarzkopf trains are phenomenal. I don't want that. I really hope and pray that they don't do what they did to Mindbender at Six Flags Over Georgia when it became Riddler Mindbender. Don't get me started on that. They took the Schwarzkopf trains off and put new ones on, and from what I hear, it has totally neutered the ride. Like it is not the same as it once was. So I really hope that they keep this the way it is. So big props to Ace for naming this a landmark, and I'm just thrilled that it has finally happened. It has been long overdue, and I'm really happy to see this. So many props to that. Many props to Ace. In other news, I will. Several people have asked how I've been doing with the implant. It is doing okay. I will say that while I'm still dealing with robotic sound, things are starting to become a little bit more clear. You know, I will say that there are still tough days, but it is definitely getting better. I mean, it's going to take a few more months before things really clear up, and I've been told that it would, but you know, I'm prepared for that, and you know, I'm starting to get more used to it. And because of that, I'm actually able to get some more medical help that I've needed. I've got I have a sleep study next month, and a couple of other things going on. So I'm really, I mean, if I think if there's one thing that this getting this implant kind of motivated me to do, it's to try and get more help, and you know, help for some other medical things that I've been dealing with. So you know, I'm finally starting to get that. And so other than that, I don't really have a lot to talk about. I'm visiting a church for the first time on Sunday. Very much looking forward to it. I'll talk about that in a future video. Am I going to go live at some point? Yes. I do hope to do a live stream on YouTube. I just don't know when. But I hope to do one at some point. I'm gonna be going on Facebook tonight. So any of you that are friends with me on Facebook, you can tune into that. And so we'll see. And I will say that, you know, things have been a lot calmer since the events of a few months ago, and it has helped me relax a little bit more. I am trying to move out of here, but it's not because of that. It's because of other things. But I can safely say that for now, I am okay with living here for the time being. So, you know, that is one thing that I'm very thankful for everybody's prayers and all that. I am trying to get better microphones to work on these videos. I know a lot of people say the iPhone built-in microphone is fine, and it is, but I want to try and get audio quality sounding better if I can. So I am experimenting with a couple of different microphones. Maybe in a video in the not too distant future, you may hear a new microphone that will sound really, really good. So anyway, so the excuse me. By the way, if any of my subscribers who are blind have any questions about the Osmo 7P, feel free to reach out in the comments. I mean, like I said in the last video, it is a beast to set up. It is an absolute beast to set up. But once you get it activated, you don't need to worry about the Mimo app anymore unless you absolutely want to. You don't have to worry about that anymore because you hook the little multifunction module on the side, and the way that I got it to track me was I put my palm in front of the tracking camera, which is you won't see that camera in this video because it is not on the, because that camera is only used for tracking. It is not used for video. It's just a little camera that's built into the box, and that's what enables AI tracking in all apps. And I know I was talking to the Evil Chocolate Cookie about it earlier this week. I was talking to her about this. And if anybody else is interested, feel free to reach out. But anyway, so that's just a brief little video update from me. Not much to talk about. And by the way, I will say, for those of you that know Shane from Adventures in Blind Videography, please keep him in your, please continue to keep him and his wife in your thoughts and prayers. They are still having a really hard time. He published a video on Valentine's Day telling part of his story. So I would encourage you to go over to his channel and look at Adventures in Blind Videography. Look that up, and you can hear about what he and his wife are going through. But just keep him in your prayers and show him love if you can, because they definitely need it. And a shout out to a couple of other people. A couple of other blind content creators, of course, the Evil Chocolate Cookie, Kayla Cam, and The Blind Life, of course. We love you, Sam. It just, and those are the three. In fact, The Blind Life, Sam did a really cool video where he demonstrated a smart oven. 2 videos where he demonstrated a smart oven and its accompanying apps. So it sounded like a really unique and cool thing. So anyway, so that's about it from me for this video. And if you like it, feel free to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And please let me know how the video quality has come out, because this is my first time using this gimbal. And if there is anything that I should do as far as positioning or stuff like that, please let me know. I know this is a brand new device. I think it just came out like a month or 2 ago. But if any of you have any advice about, like, if I should position the gimbal, right now I've got it on I have the tripod legs folded out, and it is sitting in front of me. With the control panel, I mean, it is a little bit crooked. Right? No, actually, no, it's not. It's straight. And I have it in the normal position with the trigger on the back and the joystick facing me, and the phone in the clamp. And the gimbal put the phone in landscape mode, which it rotated it horizontally. So I did not tell it to do that. It did. So anyway, so I hope that all of you have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week next week. And until next time, thanks for watching.